Alright, I'm active. Active shooter.
Wait, what?
Active shooter, you heard me.
That's scary. I don't like that.
No, like...
That's insensitive to our American audience.
No, cum shooter. I'm in the Olympics. I do cum.
You're shooting cums.
I do cum records. I
haven't
been able to beat the world record.
What's your PB?
Well, I know the world record is 25 kilometers per hour or something like that. I was only able to get to like 19.
Oh, you're doing your speed.
Speed comes. Yeah, I'm speed comes.
I was thinking like, what was it, like 40 meters? Like, what do you think the world record is?
I can't remember. I remember we did this research. I don't know if you were there though. Were you?
I don't. I vaguely remember it, but also I don't.
It was with the bomber and Peter, and we were talking about Cum's world records. And one of them was speed Cums, the other one was well, I guess.
I do remember. Oh, I don't remember any of the figures. I remember looking it up.
I remember the figures. Yeah, I was most impressed by the figures.
I remember the numbers being quite impressive.
Yeah. It was like, one of them was like 40 feet, and then the other one was like 25 miles per hour for speed comes. I'm pretty sure.
40 feet? That's not bad, man.
It's not bad at all. Some would say it's inhuman.
Have you ever shot painful comes before?
Well, I mean, I think you're the one who's going to be telling us about painful comes.
Painful comes.
I don't think painful comes is something that I can actually disclose on the podcast.
Do you ever have it when like it's green sometimes? Haven't you guys?
Oh, you got grass type comes.
Yeah. Oh, do grass type. That's it. Like. Well, Jamie, I heard yours is red. So does that mean it'll be super effective on mine?
No, mine's blood flavored.
Yeah,
it's not fire type as much as I want it to be. It's not fire type,
but does it not burn or anything now?
No, it burns me. It's it's actually self poison comes.
Oh, not self poison.
It's the worst type. Yeah. We don't like it, but we gotta make do. When I asked that genie for a superpower, I really didn't think he was going to make me piss blood for the last 6 years. Like,
I thought it was a bit, man.
So I literally, what? What do you mean?
No. Anyway, so what do you guys think about? Shit, I got nothing.
You've not been doing your research.
No, I was just saying to Jamie, I don't have any lore. I forgot to read up.
Shameful. Have you not got enough in the think tank now?
Jamie, my brain is empty 99% of my living time. You know.
I mean, yeah, I guess. All right, listen. So, what have you guys heard about the theory about a Happy Pear?
Happy
the what? Food brand.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, there's not really much of a theory. It's kind of just that the two brothers who made the show made the stuff probably have sex with each other.
Go on.
No, that's it.
What? Yeah, but what would suggest
this? You can't just say that.
Yeah, I can. It's slander.
No, but like, why do you think that? Why is it using? Oh, they probably have sex.
Just look at them. It's like when you see twins that are like brother and sister. Like you know what I mean. I don't trust twins that are brother and sisters.
No, what?
Jamie, you're talking out of your hole, man.
So there's no evidence to suggest.
So you just looked at these two men who are siblings.
Everybody thinks that.
Who's everybody?
Well, I can't say names. I'm not. This isn't the doxing podcast.
Well, is this like a Neymar and his sister situation?
Yeah, literally, it's a Neymar and a sister situation.
Like every time it's one of the brothers' birthday, they have sex with each other.
Well, I mean, Neymar having sex with his sister is a known fact.
Okay, where are you getting that from?
Reliable sources.
Okay, where are your reliable sources?
I have really, really good inside sources.
Okay.
Sure,
then why do you make fun of Alex Jones?
Look. I've never made fun of Alex Jones.
You've literally only ever made fun of Alex Jones.
Prove it.
Prove it. Well, we don't record you 24/7. Like, what do you want from me?
So you can't.
Interesting.
This is a grumpy podcast. Everybody needs some beer.
I told you! It's late in the evening. Time of
We're recording this at 8. It's currently 8:34 p.m.
Time of recording, 11/11/2020. 34 minutes past 8. I haven't had enough sleep, and I'm tired.
You know what, Jamie? Working's changed you.
You've changed, man. Don't tell me that.
You used to be an absolute Goliath who would stay up until 5 o'clock in the morning without even thinking. Now it gets to 8:34.
Yeah, I still do that.
It gets to 8:34 p.m. and you start shaking and getting cranky because you need a nap.
It's not even that, Tom. I'm going to be staying up until 5 a.m. today because I can't sleep. It's just I'm cranky.
So you're just a little baby.
People are getting on my nerves lately.
And what are you going to do?
I'm feeling dangerous.
What are you going to do about it?
What am I going to do? Gonna write a 188-page manifesto about how my family had great heritage, but now I'm gonna kill people because girls won't have sex with me.
Where have I heard this before?
Well, they say history repeats itself.
So
maybe I'll get a samurai's death when I die.
You know when they say history repeats itself?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like, why? Can you give me an instance of when history has repeated itself?
I don't know. Maybe when Germany did 2 world wars in a row.
Yeah, but like it wasn't the same.
It was kind of
different. They were pretty different.
But it repeated. Did it?
No, because just because Germany start war, like fucking everyone started a war at some stage.
Mm-hmm.
And some people have done it more than once.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like saying, you know.
So you're saying
I ate a sandwich yesterday. I'm eating a sandwich today. Oh, history repeats itself. Like, dude, it's just shit that.
Well, there's a difference between like.
What's the difference?
1918, then and 1938, then 5 minutes.
All right, I ate a sandwich in 2001, and I ate a sandwich.
Yeah,
yesterday.
history repeats itself.
All right,
that's history repeating itself to you.
Your grandparents.
Well, you're also not a part of history, Jack, because I'm gonna kill you. I think
that
would make you a part of history.
If anything, you killing me early would put me in a history book.
Probably not. You haven't done anything, and you're
well, no, because you just said it live on a podcast. People would be like, "Wow, this guy murdered this guy after telling him on a podcast, and then he slagged him for it, and he actually killed him."
Yeah, but then
I would
actually
smell the true crime podcast and the true crime videos already.
Yeah, we're a true crime
but
podcast.
I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be
the
one who's remembered for killing you. Can you name any of Ted Bundy's victims?
Well, if Ted Bundy only had one victim, maybe.
Yeah, but how do you know that I'm going to stop at you?
Well, I don't know that, but I would have been the first.
Scott the Was is next on the list.
Yeah, I'm
please don't. You can't know.
Pardon?
It's got to be sneak attack. You can't know. No, Scott the Was is going to listen to this podcast, man.
I'm actually going to run through him for his shortcut. I'm going to end his career.
I can actually
career.
So Mia's big on a true crime podcast, and I
thought you were going to say Scott the Was.
No, that's
could have been.
I mean, she probably is big on Scott the Was. He's a bit of a hunk, but she's big on a true crime podcast, and she's playing some in front of me a lot. So I can actually picture like on 11/11/2020, Jamie Blank, also known as his gamer handle Whiffy New, told Jack Blank, also known as his gamer handle Quarkus, that he was going to kill him in cold blood and erase him from history. Then after the podcast, Quarkus died.
Is that actually how they do it?
Yeah.
It's a sensual whisper into the ear, you know?
It's kind of arousing.
That was how, when Shane Dawson went from being the guy who had sex with his cat to being like a spooky documentary maker guy.
No, he's still the guy who had sex with his cat.
Well, he was just trying to rebrand.
Yeah, but remember he had that rebrand period until people then remembered he was still the guy who had sex with his cat.
I did not come on my cat.
Well,
where did that come from? Why did he just say he didn't come on his cat?
It's such a strange thing. Like, the fact that you had to come out and tweet that just tells me that you have in fact came on your cat, bro.
But he built an entire brand of being like, he went to the store and he died.
Who? Shane Dawson?
No, that's how he built his brand, and the like tween to teenage.
Oh, that true crime
girls
podcast
would be
guy.
Like, the tweens to teenage girls would be like, "Holy shit, that's so spooky." And he only made a few couple tens of millions out of it, so maybe he had a point.
He didn't make that much money from the podcast.
Well, he did videos rather than podcasts.
Uh-huh.
He was.
Are we talking about Shane Dawson here, or just the bloke?
No, we're talking about Shane Dawson. Yeah.
Oh.
Is it me or does Onision and Shane Dawson? They're like the same person in my head.
They are literally like.
They are the same, but everyone hates Onision.
Well, I figured everyone would hate a guy who has sex with his cat as well.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone hates Shane Dawson now.
Do they?
It's like you never see Hannah Montana and Miley Ray Stewart in the same room.
It's true. Stuart Little is never in the same room as Hannah Montana.
I mean, well...
Wait, did you say Miley Ray Stewart? What?
That's her name. That is Miley's character in the hit Disney
Channel. I thought you were making a bad joke.
No, that
yeah, I thought he was just being stupid as well. I guess
that is just Miley Cyrus's character's name in.
I like how we didn't think that he'd be low enough to remember the character name.
Well, I don't think it's that. No, I have no problem with him remembering. I never watched the show. If I watched the show, I would have remembered that. I would have remembered her name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. We all know what you're like, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm pretty Tismo.
High functioning.
Yeah, you could say that.
You could say it again. Yeah, when Jamie, when you've crossed Jack out of history, be interesting to see what falls next on the list.
I mean, I'm probably going to get arrested then.
Well, not if you don't get caught.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if you get killed, what's going to happen is Tom's going to upload this podcast, and it's going to be evidence against me, and then I'm fucked. So
just hire a hacker to erase the evidence.
A hacker? Shit, I know where I can get my hands on one of them.
Oh, Scott Dawes.
Remember, so there's this guy we went to school with who was a bit of a hacker man, right?
Oh, very good.
We still owes you a, what, was it a graphics card, Jamie?
Yeah, I told him to give me a graphics card and he never did.
But the most interesting... There's an incredible story that he has that I'll tell afterwards, but he claims that during the height of the whole PlayStation scandal, Lizard Squad reached out to him and asked him to join Lizard Squad. I didn't know.
You were just jealous, man. You wanted
No. I'm not doubting his skill. I'm not even doubting that it happened. I just didn't know these hacker boys, these like groups like FaZe Clan for hackers or whatever, just like reached out to you and went, "Hey man, you're pretty good at hacking. Do you want to be part of our hate group or whatever?"
If honestly, if I figured most things would be like that though. You were on a fucking bus and you got reached out to by...
That's true, yeah.
Huh?
Me and Peter were on the bus to the gym. I don't know if I told you this, Tom. We were like 16, and we were on the bus to the gym, which is hilarious, because we only went on the treadmill to talk shit, if I remember correctly. But we were on the bus going to the gym, and... this lady, she was like mid-30s, I want to guess. Like, that's what she looked like. She had red hair. I don't know. She was just randomly sitting in front of us. We were just, being teenage boys talking about comic books or something. I don't remember what we were talking about. She just turns around to us and goes, "You guys ever heard of the New World Order?"
Huh.
And we were like, no, actually. And then she was like, "Yeah, no." And she went on this like rant about how like the world doesn't treat people fairly anymore, and how the governments are like trying to do us wrong, and this New World Order is some place where you can like reconcile all of this and be part of something different.
Very interesting.
What if she was just stupid and thought that's what the song Blue Monday by New Order was about?
Maybe. Well, Oh, actually, I remember the first thing she turned around to and asked us was, "Do you guys like school?" And we were two nerds, so we were like, "Oh, that's alright." Like she actually possibly asked the worst people out of
school
out of
rocks.
like our little group. Did you mind school?
I don't know. I fucking hated that school.
That's it. Like if she asked you, "Do you like school?" You probably.
Oh yeah, but I mean, also if she'd asked me, I literally would have egged her on for 10 minutes. You know
I don't know if you would at that age, Jamie. You wouldn't.
I don't know. I was.
I don't think you were like that.
I was a
at
bit
that age.
kooky. What, 16? Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. That was when I was going to fucking Smash tournaments.
Maybe
so I might have.
See, Jamie, if that had happened to Jamie, Jamie wouldn't be sat here right now. He'd be doing something else.
Yes, Jamie would be in the New World Order. Yeah,
What
I
are
remember.
you
I'm pretty
talking
sure
about?
we just.
I'd be leader. I wouldn't be in it. I'd be leader.
Is this like the New World Order? It's like a pyramid scheme now.
Yeah,
You'd be one of the high ups.
I'd be King Kong of the New World Order. I would take all of my followers to Skull Island.
Fucking Skull Island.
Then I'll get Jack Black and Dwayne Johnson 16 years later to try hunt me down.
Anyway, bringing it back to Hacker Boy, he had the story. Remember, Jamie, where he was like Robin Hood,
Oh yeah.
and there was this guy who was he selling Minecraft accounts? Was that how he found them? Because that guy, Hacker Boy used to sell. He used to sell Minecraft accounts for like 15 cents or whatever, like cracked accounts. But this guy tried to hack his computer or something like that. And what the guy would do would he like log into your computer and start like taking your credit card details or something like that. But like Hacker Boy, being the boy he is, like saw this happening on whatever. I don't know how this shit works. Like I'm just imagining like the green text coming down on a black screen.
Yeah, he sat there avidly in the background with it.
And he went, "Oh, wait, there's a shift in the matrix." And what he did was he like sourced where this guy was and got access to his desktop and the folder where he was keeping. The Hacker Boy got onto this random.
Yeah, he used to
desktop.
rap, didn't he?
And what he did was he found the folder where this guy was keeping all of this like database of credit card info, and all he did was he locked the folder and put a password on it, and locked him out of like all of his hacker magic or whatever.
I remember him saying he used I think it was called a random access tool or remote access tool or like a rat or something. That's what he said that he used that. I honestly didn't remember any of that story until you got to that point.
It just came to me there.
I think he had better. I think he had better times, if I'm honest. Like when he said, "Statistically, I don't get on with gay people." Like I'm not homophobic, but it's just statistics.
Yeah, that was deplorable. To be fair,
yeah, he was awesome.
At work a few years ago, I was working in this hotel, and the woman who owns the hotel was in a bit of a grump, and we came to the point of being like, "Oh, what's up? You seem a bit down." She's like, "Oh, I'll give him a name. I'm going to call him James. James is in trouble again. He's been in a lot of trouble. I've had the police here, and I was Wally. James is her at the time 15-year-old computer geeky gamer son." And I was like, "What's James done?" "Oh, well, he's hacked into the government website." Huh?
Wait, like the English government's website?
Yeah, and he's leaked a lot of confidential information, and they've caught him. And he's getting taken for questioning tomorrow. And we were like, "Sorry? What?" Yeah, but luckily he's autistic, so they're going to go easy on him. And then we were looking at her like,
I don't think they will.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't go down, to be fair.
Oh, he's still going.
Oh, he's still going. But he we kind of I looked at her and kind of just confused, just smiled and like, oh, okay then, and just kind of left it there. But I went back about 3 years later. I mean, I went back recently. He was the guy I told you. There was this guy sat there. I looked at his laptop screen. He had his headphones on, listening to Nightcore. It's that same dude.
The same guy, the Nightcore guy.
Yeah, that's that same guy. It's the Nightcore guy.
So this guy is effectively ticking every single box for autistic hacker stereotype, really.
Basically, yeah. But he didn't end up going down for it after hacking the gov.uk website, so...
Yeah, and then Google gave him a job, and his name was... Oh, fuck, what's his name?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. Bill Clinton.
Steve Clinton.
Bill Jobs.
His name is Jeffrey Epstein.
Why are you bringing him up, man? He's dead.
Well, we don't know that.
He's actually living in a hotel locally.
He's in Cuba, man. He's Tupac.
He's with Tupac in Cuba. Funnily enough, Pac and Epstein were always good mates, so it makes sense.
Well, yeah, I heard about that.
Word on the street is Epstein's the one who killed Biggie.
Well, sure, Eppo had...
I forgot what we're calling him, Eppo.
On that flight to Africa, who was that dude he had on the flight? It was
Chris
Bill
Tucker.
Clinton.
It was
Chris
Chris
Tucker.
Tucker.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker from hit movie Rush Hour.
Yeah. How did...
I think that's one of my favorite things ever, because it's like, they're all such high society people. It's like, yeah, do you want any more sparkling water, Mr. Hanks? Maybe Mr. Clinton? Hey, Tucker! You want some more sparkling water? He's like, hell yeah!
He's somehow in economy class on like a private jet.
My question is, do you reckon he took Jackie Chan along with him?
Nah.
Jackie
Chan's
Chan for PR reasons.
I think Jackie Chan's probably the paedophile hunter.
Pedophile hunter.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, he's Chris Hansen's right hand man.
Do you reckon when Epstein got busted, he was sat there in his home and Jackie Chan just like kung fu kicked the door up and he's like,
well, Jackie
"It's
Chan's
over
actually
for
the
you,
guy who killed him in his cell. When he
Epstein.
committed suicide, Bill Clinton and Donald Trump hired Jackie Chan to actually kill him. It's a little known fact. He karate chopped his neck, which is why they were able to get away with saying that he hung himself. But sure, look,
Epstein aru. Why we're making Jackie Chan?
Yeah, you're doing Japanese.
Jackie Chan's not
Epstein,
Japanese.
I'm gonna kill you.
Wax on, wax off. You ever seen the Karate Kid remake? With
Yeah, he had Jaden Smith with him to teach him a few lessons.
Teaching Jaden Smith how to hunt down pedophiles.
Yeah, I mean Jaden Smith was in fact the Karate Kid. So
I think when we were saying how he killed him in prison, do you reckon it was Jaden Smith who actually kicked the cell open, the door to his cell open?
He got rid of the bodyguards.
Then
it was his debut mission, so he had a lot on his shoulders.
Jaden Smith then steps aside, and you see a silhouette of Jackie Chan walk in, go, "Eppo, it is over.
It's over."
And then he just dies. In the wise words of Austin Powers, it was judo chop. This is what he did to his neck. What's Austin Powers' middle name again?
I would have thought he did a karate chop because he does karate.
Yeah.
They're over karate, man.
They're all about judo now.
So yeah, we got the judo kid now, have we?
The sequel of the remake of Karate Kid.
She get
judo boy.
She gets sumo kid. Just have a really fat kid. Just do sumo stuff.
They get the guy who played Rowley the player.
Who?
Rowley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Wait, which character? Wait, Rel from what?
Rowley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh shit! Oh fuck yeah. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Is Jeff Kinney a hack or is he a genius?
Genius.
Genius?
Genius.
We'll think of genius here. Okay.
Cheese toucher.
You know, I'd be lying if I said I had seen the movie or even read the books. I've never.
I was an avid reader.
I mean, you were the target demo.
What a child!
The wimpy
No, a
kid.
wimpy kid.
No.
Yeah, you were.
I was
super strong.
You were you were overpowered by the bigger, stronger boys in the class.
Yeah, like who?
Well, I'm not gonna say who. I wasn't there. But I will use a time. Listen, if I'm given a time machine, I'm going to go back and laugh at you when you're a kid, Jack.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'd be the one laughing at you because you're weird, old, creepy man in my school, huh?
No, I'm not.
So wait,
old
Jamie. So you're saying if you had a time machine, you go back to a class
and
of
slag you? Yeah, slag my friend.
So you'd go to a room full of children. Is
No.
What you'd do if you had a time machine.
Why do you think I'd be in a room? I'd clearly be in a tree at recess shouting at you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's better, actually.
Yeah, I
let's
think
go with that
so.
one.
Because if anyone tries to come near me, they have to climb up the tree. So I'm in a more
That's true,
defensible
man.
position.
I don't know how many pedo hunters that can climb tree.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Hansen got really fat. Like, I don't think he'd be able to get me anymore.
Jackie Chan could get you.
Jackie Chan
Well,
could get you. He would walk.
Well, he's not a hunter. He's just he's a
be in
hired
better-
guard. You know, he's
Jamie, 20 years ago, he would have been in better shape.
Jackie Chan
Who
would
would
just
have
be
Jackie Chan or Chris Hansen?
Well,
Both.
I don't know about that. I think Chris Hansen's in better shape now than he was 5 years ago.
You just said he was fat.
No, he's not as fat as he is. Like he was really fat, like maybe 5 years ago, but he's less fat now.
Yeah, we're talking 20.
We're talking 20.
Yeah.
What do you mean 20?
You said kids in the class.
What kids in the class?
Kids in the clan.
What are you talking about? I never said anything like that. I said I'd be slagging you,
Jamie,
bro.
you want to go back in time and laugh at some children.
I'm gonna laugh at one child. I'm gonna laugh at you. Why are you antagonizing me so much? I'm saying if I had a time machine, it's not even realistic.
If you had a time machine, you'd be a paedophile.
No, I wouldn't. How is going back and slagging a child be? Listen, if I listen, all right. Here's the thing. If you had a time machine, would you go back in time and slag the Anakin kid?
Probably not.
I'd probably.
I mean, it'd be pretty funny.
If I had a time
What,
machine.
the kid who starred in Anakin, started as Anakin Skywalker, who went on to getting like a serious car crash or something?
No, he was caught he was either drink driving or whatchamacallit,
I remember
just
the
like
mug-
speeding and stuff, and then
I
everyone
remember the
took the piss
mugshot
out of him
being
again.
crusty as fuck.
Oh well, it's
Yeah,
like
he's mad
how
crusty.
it's like how Deadmau5 killed 2 children in counter vehicular manslaughter.
Oh yeah,
Did he?
Mr. Mosby did it as well. All the greats, you know. So I can't become famous before unless I've committed manslaughter. I gotta be in a manslaughter club with Phil Lewis. And
11.
Oh yeah, this is I'm saying a lot of
Premeditated manslaughter.
a lot of premeditated manslaughter here. Listen, also go back in time to slag Jack if he was a kid. It's not like the time machine is single use.
Well, who said it was multiple use?
Well, I mean, they wouldn't make time machines if you could only use them once.
Why not?
Because then they
Well,
suck.
Jamie, it
That's
doesn't
just
sound like a very
ruins
good
it.
movie if you can just go back in time whenever you want.
Is that not literally what happens in all of the movies? They go back in time, then they go back to where they used to be.
Wait, where would he go back to?
Back to the Future.
No, that was banned in China. You can't say that.
We're not in
Back to
China.
the Future, San.
I'm pretty sure it was banned in China, though.
Why would it be banned in China?
Because the
it's not Doc
Republic
Martens, what's his
didn't
name?
want
It is Doc Martens.
people to be trying to go back in time and stopping themselves from. They just thought that Back to the Future would inspire people to
Go back in time and
go
kill
back in
their
time and
totalitarian
stop the-
leader.
Drive DeLoreans
stop-
into walls. Very high
You know.
bases. If I,
Or what if they stopped them building the Great Wall? That wouldn't be cool.
and let the Mongols in. Genghis Khan, please take China.
I mean, all that happens in Back to the Future is Michael J. Scott goes back in time and thinks his mom's hot.
Well, I mean,
That's what I remember about that movie.
Jeez, talk about an Oedipus complex.
I know. Listen, all I'm saying,
Oedipus had a point.
you had a point, man.
You know, alright. If I had a time machine, I think I'd go back and stop Jackie Chan from killing Epstein. and I would let Epstein name everyone while, like, I'm holding back Jackie Chan. I've got, like, an elbow in his throat. I'm like, Jackie, no, you can't do it yet. And he's like, it is my mission. And I'm like, no, Jackie. And then I've got Jaden Smith's, like, round me neck, swinging on me back, trying to stop this. I'm like, you don't get it. And I'm going, Jeff, Eppo, name them.
Eppo, my man.
I'm recording. Name the nonces. And then he names them, and then I go, all right, boys, clean up.
Eppo knows what the word nonce means.
Oh, of course he does. He's the definition.
I suppose he's in the industry.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's a common term, I'd imagine, within industry.
That's like asking me if I know what a burglar alarm is. Of course I know what a burglar alarm is. Alright, fine, fuck you.
Yeah, something like that,
I hope you get coronavirus.
What would you do if you had a fucking time machine, Jack, then, huh?
Maybe I'd go like really far back, like get like an astronaut suit and go back to like before there was like an atmosphere and just see what was going on.
That is so lame.
I think it's kind of cool.
Are you telling me you wouldn't go back in time with a bag of popcorn and watch the assassination of like?
Wait, is this a one time? Is this a one time?
Pardon?
Machine? We talking one time machine?
We're talking one time now because this is. I'm asking you specifically what you would do with the time machine.
Maybe I'd go time travel back onto the Apollo that went to the moon and see if Stanley Kubrick was there.
But
and then if he wasn't, I'd just go to the moon with them.
Well, you wouldn't use a time
if a
machine
dude, if you're in a spaceship and a dude teleports behind you and says, "Take me to Stanley Kubrick," they're gonna take you to Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, but he wasn't going to be on the moon.
No, but like maybe they faked the because the launchers there. People saw the launch.
Yeah.
So they obviously went somewhere.
They just shot a rocket into space.
There were dudes on the rocket.
It's bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
It is.
Because there were definitely dudes on the rocket because people were like at the launch site and had to see the people go in. Otherwise, they wouldn't have believed the myth.
Maybe there was an exit somewhere.
It was just like
they climb to the bottom and just leave through the jet engine or something like that into the bunker where it eats all of the fire and smoke or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh, what? Just goes to an underground bunker where Stanley Kubrick was waiting.
Well, yeah, and then they recorded.
So I followed them down the bunker.
The Stanley bunker.
The Stanley bunker to Kubrick Bay.
Because if when you said they'd fly to the moon and see if Kubrick was there, I was more like
maybe he would be there. Maybe they faked the moon landing on the moon.
They faked the moon landing on the moon.
Yeah,
could
have been
CGI.
But like, what I'm like, where did if it? I mean, I figured it would have just been recorded in Hollywood.
But that's really unimaginative.
But that's where it would have been. Well, listen, they were pretty imaginative to fake the moon landing.
Hats off to them, I say. Well done.
I think that's the most unique thing Hollywood have ever produced is the moon landing.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
It's not that crazy.
How come they've never been back to the moon? Like, that's the question.
They're going back. They're making a moon base in 2024.
Yeah.
But when's the last time we were on the moon? Not specifically us, but humans.
Earthlings. I think they went back once or twice.
Oh, ow. I don't believe that.
It's a lot of government money to be spending just to be like blokes on the moon. You know? That's just like something to gain.
Oh man, if I landed on the moon,
they're not just going to be like flying blokes up to the moon every once in a while.
They have to prove it to me specifically.
Jamie just wants to go up and do moon comes.
Oh man, that'd be so funny.
Imagine
The
anti-gravity comes.
Yeah, it's just floating around. Then you get to play tennis comes with the little hair dryers. You start spraying it at each other with the hair dryers.
Imagine you try to do like a bit of a cum shot and then she gets disappointed because it just floats away.
Wow. Not if you've got high velocity comes that I've been practicing, you know.
Oh shit, yeah, break the sound barrier, man. Gravity can't stop.
Yeah, boom! Literally, yeah. I'd be unstoppable.
So no air resistance.
So what if you were in space, right? And there's there's no traction in space, right? There's no friction.
There's no friction. Yeah.
So you can't swim in space because there's nothing to move
No,
off.
because there's nothing to for you to oppose your motion. What you could do, you can use light to propel yourself. If you had a little torch, light creates a tiny bit of force.
What?
You need a big torch. Then.
Yeah. It's a really small amount of force, but since there's nothing to oppose it, it would start moving you.
Right, so if I got a torch and just shone it on you in space, you would move.
No, but you'd start. Well, actually, you'd start pushing both of us away. It would just be very, very slow.
Is that so? If you're telling me, let's say now, for
the most effective way to move if you're in space, listen, boys, if you're ever in a situation where you've gotten loose from this spacewalk, the best thing to do is, if you can take something off your suit that won't kill you, obviously, take it off and throw it the other way, because your motion has to be opposed, so you'll get pushed the other way if you send something one way.
So you ricochet?
Well, yes, it's the same physical law behind.
But hold on,
and that.
Let's say, for argument's sake, I can take off my trousers when I'm in space.
Well, you can't.
And I start ripping unholy ass. Well,
that would propel you.
That's all. No wonder Warriors.
Because that's all. I mean, that's all a rocket ship does.
It busts ass.
You think about it.
Oh, it's the ultimate ass bust.
It rips ass, bro.
Very good.
Jeez.
Science.
You learn something new every day.
Science
I think science is bullshit, though.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, I'd say so, actually.
Science is bullshit. Why do we believe science and not religion?
There's literally a god up there that made everything for us.
Yeah, it's horseshit.
You should, go to Poland or something.
We're disrespecting the Lord by saying he's not real.
Sorry, Allah.
Yeah.
I've wronged you
Big
again.
ups, bro.
Big ups, big
I don't think
Al.
science explicitly says God isn't real. I don't think science has ever said that.
Well, science spokesman Neil deGrasse Tyson says, well, if you listen to God, you're stupid and retarded.
Yeah, I think that is a Neil deGrasse Tyson quote, to be fair.
Yeah, and all because all he does is interrupt people as well, so they can't talk.
But I think they can both operate together. If you're an open-minded individual.
Now, science is bullshit!
I don't think there's a need for a god anymore, though.
Okay, we're getting deep. Let's go.
I think society's advanced past the point for a need for a god.
We are good.
But then how are we going to have awesome terrorist attacks?
Well...
And holy crusades.
Listen, right. So, back in the day, when man smacked two rock together and go, yes, this is brilliant, he didn't really know what were going on or anything else, so he goes... So then his mate comes up and goes, ooh, there is a god in the sky. And then they look at each other and go...
Man in the sky did it.
And then they agree, and then start worshipping rocks or man in the sky and stuff. But we now are a little bit smarter than clack, clack, me, hit rock together.
Well, some people are.
So,
I mean, some fucking... people think we're in, machines, and people think that... what's it, the Boltzmann brain? That there's a 1 in 10 billion trillion chance of God being, manifesting in front of someone. And it's an actual probability. It's the
10%
least,
chance?
No, it's 1 in 100 million trillion billion.
Right.
It's the least likely thing to happen in the entire known universe is the Boltzmann brain.
It's likely. There's a probability, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's a probability. So I don't know if we are smarter because they.
I think the human our database of knowledge has gotten bigger.
Yeah.
So the smarter people amongst
it's
who are reusing that data are using it better. But I don't think the average person is much smarter than Unga Bunga Rock Make Fire.
Right, but right? Do you really, for 1 second? Do you really think when I die, my bones aren't going to go in the ground? And my bones aren't just going to rot in the ground forever, because my soul is going to leave my body and either go up to the magical city of clouds in the sky, where big men say, high five, good job, here's your virgins, go get on with it.
What the? Okay, wait. Look, I'll argue that point in a second. But what's up with the whole like virgins in heaven thing?
Oh,
What's up with
Yeah,
that?
it's amazing. You live for 60 years, then die, and then you gotta have sex with the 40. You gotta have the worst sex of your life with 40 women. Like,
Isn't it 72?
maybe
72?
72. I don't fucking know.
It's like,
But to answer that question, I don't think science can't explain consciousness as of right now. Maybe we'll be able to.
Religion
Like-
can.
What? It can't.
No, it can't.
It's like a fan fiction, really.
religion is a
how
fan
dare you.
fiction.
Shrek 4 is also a fan fiction. It's awesome.
I am Badman. I am going to go under the ground, under the universe, to pit of fire where man with horns and stick go, "You are bad. You know virgins. Burn." That's.
I mean, how
virgins
sore could
for
it
you.
be to burn? You don't even have a body anymore.
You had sex before marriage. He has a pit of fire for the rest of eternity. Like, what the how the fuck can religion, right? I'm sorry. How can you look at that and go, yeah, that's great when it says don't have sex before marriage? Surely, like, when religion was founded way back when, the holy union of marriage was not that
There wasn't
important.
marriage when we started as a race, and that got us this far.
Exactly. So what about all the people before religion was invented and they were like stabbing each other and shagging before marriage? Like, you know,
I do,
the story of
you
You heard it here first, folks. Thomas had sex before marriage.
Shut
He
the
has
fuck.
admitted to that.
No, because
Tom has sex. I want everybody to pick up. I want everybody to know this. It's the
I would
date of recording,
never,
11/11/2020.
11/11.
Thomas had
Tobias
sex.
admits
Thomas had
having
sex
sex.
before marriage.
I would never
12/11.
betray my
Tobias burns in his bed.
Protected or not, we have yet to find out. Find out in the next episode.
Like, how does
Thomas had sex.
you know how Big Al up above is supposed to be like the most kind, caring, compassionate thing ever? Why so?
Yeah, why won't he let me have sex with my girlfriend before I married them?
Jamie,
I thought he was supposed to be sound. Why is he doing this? Why is he being so mean? Why can't I have a nut? This is bullshit.
Oh, you can tell Jamie's a comedian. Very funny.
I much prefer the idea of like a deity that's just kind of like a bigger power but doesn't fucking do anything. It's just this greater life force doesn't realize it is. Like kind of like a Lovecraftian thing.
Oh, so like your favorite video game?
It's not my favorite video game.
Is my favorite video game is
Probably on
Bloodborne.
my top 10
You guys should
list.
check it out.
But I really like in Bloodborne when Cause gives birth to an orphan and then he hits you a
it's
few
really
times.
cool.
It's pretty epic.
But yeah, religion, kind of whack.
I think it's awesome.
Glad we take the hating religion box like real early in our podcast run, so we can just get cancelled now.
Oh yeah, I mean
Don't worry, I'll work some movie magic so only the positives were said by Jack, and that's the entire conversation.
yeah, fair.
You know Rastafarianism?
Are you gonna somehow make this a big roundabout into talking about Rasta Mouse?
Well, no, that's just what. Well, I mean, now you've done it, Jamie. Do you know Rasta Mouse?
I mean, I know Rasta Mouse.
Do you know what Rasta
What?
Mouse
I
is,
actually
Jack?
don't know Rasta Mouse. Tell me about Rasta Mouse.
So from 2011 to 2015, there was a hit British kids TV show called Rasta Mouse, where Rasta Mouse and his gang would go around solving mysteries and doing day-to-day chores, and it was entirely every character was Rastafarian,
And a mouse.
and a mouse. That part kind of comes with it though. And
So does the first part, though.
me and Jamie, so I showed Jamie a clip from it, and until you find out that it was actually a Jamaican dude who wrote the series.
I was about to ask because like this could end up being very racist. If it was written by some white dude.
Oh, it did seem so racist, didn't it, Jamie?
It was so, but the accent's so infectious. Me and Tom did it for half an hour, so
So
No, we
you're
didn't.
racist.
No, we didn't.
no, we did. I mean, no, we didn't. No. What made it funny is that when we were researching it, Tom noticed that there was some woman who was working on it called Genevieve or something like that.
Yeah.
And Tom was like, "Oh bollocks, it is racist." But then it turns out it's okay. She was just the artist, so it's all fine.
What? So she drew all the racist imagery.
Well,
Yeah.
she was told by a Rastafarian to draw it.
Oh, it was so
Is Lenny Riefenstahl a Nazi because she made Triumph of the Will? No, she probably had a gun to her head because Adolf Hitler wanted the fucking movie.
It's like it's so the stereotypes.
So wait, Jamie, you were telling me if you were paid well enough to make a racist cartoon, you would.
If I had a gun to my head, yeah, probably.
That's
I
not
mean,
the question.
all right. Jamie,
Listen, I don't have the mental fortitude of the guy who made Happy Feet. You know. He said, you know about that, right? He said
he was like, if
I was forced to
I
make
was told
another
to make
Happy Feet movie,
yeah.
no, if you held a gun to my head and told me to make another Happy Feet movie, I'd say pull the trigger. It's the exact quote. That's so great.
Obviously, like the production on the second Happy Feet movie must be the most painful experience of his life.
No, but Robin Williams was it? Wait, no, was he dead by that time? The time that movie came out?
I think he was still alive when
time
When was
Happy Feet
when was
came
Happy
out.
Feet 2?
I
didn't see Happy Feet 1 when it came out.
Oh,
Happy
man,
Feet 1 and Happy Feet 2 fucking suck.
Happy Feet
No
was
way.
one of the those cartoons when I was younger, like that genre. I would watch it and be like, haha, good. Like when Despicable Me 1 came out, I was like, the small yellow man.
Wait, when did that come out? Because I feel like I really didn't
I feel like we
that
were
movie
too
when it
old
dropped.
for that to be how we enjoyed it.
But when Happy Feet
Oh, he's
came
avoiding the
out,
question, Jamie.
I watched it, and when that fucking sucked, that was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Like, I mean,
Like-
the premise of Happy Feet is they came up with the idea of what if we made a movie where the penguins dance, right?
Yeah, quite literally, yeah. And Robin Williams does funny voices like he always does in his little animations, you know.
It's foolproof. We made a lot
Do
of
you
money. We're
fucking
talking
guys
about that.
remember Mr. Meaty?
Sorry,
Mr. Meaty.
no.
Sounds like something deep in trauma, Jamie. You alright?
Oh no, genuinely, it was a fucking show that would air in between episodes, on Nickelodeon, and they were like these fucking terrifying puppets, right? And I only remembered one episode, and like it was completely out of my brain. And then I was scrolling through YouTube, and it was just a show. It was just like a bit like some guy talking about Mr. Meaty, and I actually almost got sick when I saw it. Because I only remembered one
PTSD.
episode, and it was this guy. He's like this fat fucking puppet guy, and he would eat loads of stuff, and then he ends up eating like a raw burger. And honestly, the fucking like the animation, like because they're all puppets and stuff, it looks disgusting. And he ends up eating one of them, and he gets a tapeworm, and like you see it coming out of his mouth and eating stuff, and it's actually it was burned into my retina. Like, it was actually the most disgusting. I'll have to show it to you guys after it. Or maybe not the scene, because it's actually disgusting, but definitely what the title cards and shit look like.
Hang on, Mr. Meaty.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's the fucking... It actually gave me PTSD when it came on my
Oh
YouTube feed.
shit! It's this thing.
Do you remember that? Yeah.
I don't remember.
Do you remember the episode of the
tapeworm
tapeworm? Holy
No.
shit.
I remember
Fuck me,
Mr.
man.
Meaty though.
It was actually disgusting. I actually, almost threw up in my mouth a little. And that was from, 10 years ago, maybe, that I'd seen that.
I've never seen this.
Oh man, you are lucky. You are you actually dodged a bullet. It's fucking hurt. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's some
Mr.
shit that
Meaty-
would have freaked me out as a kid.
Mr.
Oh,
Meaty
easily
actually just
freaked out
sounds
as a child.
like something you made up to cope with trauma as a child.
It does sound like that, to be fair.
Like, it's the whole thing of, Jamie was always next to the fridge when his dad would sexually assault him, so he saw a packet of chicken and went, no, Mr. Meaty, no! And then his brain convinced him that he was being haunted by Mr. Meaty, but in fact, it was just the packet of chicken he saw when his dad touched him.
No, it wasn't me, damn. It was from teacher in school. And I had a lovely burger, and that was Mr. Meaty.
You were sat there in the cafeteria, raw burger on the table.
Wait, you had a cafeteria when you were in school?
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
primary school.
They're about primary school.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we had it was like the hallway, and there was like a little kitchen on the end of it.
We had to in our primary school. We had to fucking eat in the classrooms.
Yeah, same.
Oh no!
Poverty, man. It was rough.
Yeah, it was gas. It's fucking the amount of cheese and fucking popcorn that would end up on on the carpet, and then the fucking
Is there any
foreign
pizza
lady
there,
had to
Jake?
clean shit up. I felt so bad for it at the end of the week.
Yeah, that never. Luckily, we had like it was just like the main assembly hall, but it had a little kitchen on the side of it with shutters down. So when it was dinner time, shutters came up, and they served absolutely gorgeous food until 2009 or 2008.
When Jamie Oliver took over.
And I've
Oh, Jamie off! Hate that guy.
I think everyone knows my Jamie Oliver viewpoint at this point.
I think
but
you said it on the last one, right?
No, he said it on his Marge.
it was my Marge stream.
Marge playthrough thing.
I think I talked about Jamie Oliver for 45 minutes in that playthrough, saying how he's an absolute cunt.
Man, I fucking when I just talked about primary school, reminded me of one of my favorite things ever was when specifically because I was talking about lunch. So we did like a show and tell pet thing, right? Or what would you call it? Just bring your pet to school. It probably is show and tell pet, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. So we were, yeah. So that happened, right? So everyone like brought in their dog for like 10 minutes at a time, because I went to like a rural primary school, so like it was like a lot of people came from like really close by. So they were all able to bring their dog in for like 15 minutes like before lunch or whatever. And everyone had like different time slots or whatever. But this one girl brought in her hamster, and like it was in a huge big cage. It was like really, really big cage. It was really cool. And we were all like watching the little hamster or whatever. I don't even, it might have been like a guinea pig, but I'm pretty sure it was a hamster. But the hamster's like running around or whatever, and he's and we're all just looking at him like, oh, this is awesome. And then the bell goes, so then we all go out for lunch for like an hour or whatever. And the hour passes by, we've had our lunch or whatever, and then we come back inside, and the hamster's dead.
Oh my god.
The hamster had sunstroke because he was beside the fucking... he was beside the window and he died. So then the girl started crying and went home, and then she stayed out of school for a week, and they gave him a proper burial and everything.
That's so
yeah, I'll never forget that. I almost cried when it happened.
Holy
like, I could tell that was funny when I saw that.
I remember when I was like, I think I was 8 or 9. I had a guinea pig called Billy, and he was fucking mint, and he died suddenly one day, and we're like, oh shit. So my mum bought us a hamster to replace him like a week later, and I called it Mario. And then a week later, Mario died, and I was like, oh shit. So then my mum bought us another one, and I called it Luigi. And then a week later, Luigi died, and it turned out we had a carbon monoxide leak, and it killed 3 small animals.
Holy shit, it could have killed you, Tom.
Yeah,
Nah, Tom's strong.
Absolutely.
Tom biggest and strongest there is.
You sacrificed 3 small animals.
like
You'd have
Billy.
been a great Muslim, Tom.
We'd had Billy a long time, so he was alright. But we did buy Mario and Luigi and kill them with carbon monoxide.
I had a hamster, but he was shit. Like, he literally just, all I ever saw him do was shit and sleep, because he was like exclusively nocturnal.
Nah, you just got a defective one. You should have returned it.
Yeah, like, he never did anything. Like, I call him Speedy, because I was like, oh, he's gonna be like running on the wheel all the time. He's not running that wheel.
I think you would just jinxed it by giving him that name, though.
Yeah, no, like, he did not run on the wheel once. And it was just one day. Like, obviously, like, he lasted like 3 or 4 years. He was ripe old age. He built his own barrier.
Oh, good man.
What is it? He's like, he made like dug a little grave and hopped in.
He spent like a week, like, building this, like, it was like a he built up like a dish almost of like, you know fucking shit that they put in
Yeah.
cages or whatever, like, I don't know, like hay or some shit, whatever it is. Yeah, he built that into like a bowl almost, and like just fucking pieced out in the bowl.
Did he lay on his back, or was he like?
No, it was like the way you'd expect a hamster, like go to sleep.
I kind of hoped that he would, on his back, arms crossed, in a little like a little biblical kind of way.
Yeah, we just woke up one morning and he was just fucking dead as fuck.
Did I ever tell you guys?
I mean, at least he went out on his own terms,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Did I ever
He
tell
took
you
care
about
of he took care of himself up until the last minute.
Did I tell you about my more recent hamster story? Actually,
maybe.
I don't think so.
Even if I did, I'll tell it here because it's a funny story. So when my parents broke up and got a divorce when I was 11, my dad said, "It's all right, I'll buy you a hamster." So he bought us a Wii Fit and a hamster, a little black one, and I called it Borat.
Borat.
I called it Borat. So I had Borat the hamster. And I'd say about 3 months later, Borat got out of his cage because we had a cleaner and she wanted to see the hamster and she got it out and had a look at it, then put it back but didn't close the latch properly. So it got out and it was out for about a fortnight, and my mum would, when I was at school, put food down for it. And I'd be like, "Oh, she's trying. And anyway, one day I got home from school and there was Borat. He was in the cage. And she's like, "Look, he's back." And I was like, "Oh, sick."
What, so you just bought a new hamster, did they?
So I had this hamster and it lived until I was about 13. And then it died. And I was like, fair. Well, actually, it died when I was 12. And we had it in the living room, in the cage, and it was dead. And it was cold as anything. And it was shivering and dying. And we're like, okay, fuck. So we left it a couple of hours and then it came back to life. And we're like, oh, sound. So then a year later, it actually died. And anyway, I was about March, just before lockdown. I was at my mum's and I was looking through all the pictures, and there's a picture of Borat. There's 2 pictures of Borat before he went missing, and after he returned, I went, "Hang on,
you
Mum.
realised it was a different hamster.
Why hasn't Borat got a white patch in the first picture?" And she's just smirking, and I was like, "What did you do? What did you do?" And she said,
They got him cosmetic surgery.
I put a food trail out and trapped it in the cupboard under the stairs, but then it hid in the shoes and I couldn't be bothered to find it, so I locked it in there.
What?
I was like, huh?
So no, it wasn't that he went missing, she killed it.
yeah, it got out, but then she tracked it down, and instead of getting in there and taking the shoes out so she could get it, she just locked it in.
That's psychopathic.
And then she bought another one. When we moved out, the new owners were petrified because they found a small skeletal hamster in the cupboard under the stairs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in a sock in a shoe.
I was friends with the girl who moved in. We went to school together. Her parents bought the house, and she told everyone my mum was a tramp and that we were insane. And I had no idea why, but now I know that it's because they found a skeletal hamster in the cupboard under the stairs. I was like, yeah, you know what? Fair
She's got
fucks.
a point, yeah.
Fair fucks. So Borat was actually starved to death and it died. And I only found this out in March.
Rest in beats, Borat. Rest in beats.
You know when it's the first sign of a psychopath is they kill a cat or whatever?
Oh, my mother is a psychopath. We had a rabbit. My sister had a rabbit when she was with her boyfriend, and they broke up, so she brought it home when she moved back home for a bit. It was just in a hutch on the garden, and my mum didn't like it, so she let our Jack Russell into its hutch and let the dog eat it.
Whoa.
I think my favourite thing to do with killing animals is one of my friends had a roommate when they went to Germany, and he was famously known for killing 2 cats with his bare hands.
Oh, that's someone you want to move in with.
Which is so metal. That is so metal.
You ever heard of Luca Magnotta?
That's someone who would murder a human sometime.
I don't know.
Well, have you ever heard of Luca Magnotta?
Who?
Luca Magnotta.
No.
So, did you ever see on Netflix there was a documentary called "Don't Fuck with Cats"?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's that
yeah,
chap. Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah, he made videos of him torturing cats and putting them in vacuum bags and sucking the air out of the bags. And then he lured a guy back to his room with the promise of sex and cut him into pieces, like decapitated him and shit.
Ah, that's what he gets for being gay.
You know how do you know how that guy got? You know how that guy got caught?
Because there was a Facebook group chat that was made to try catch him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it, right?
No, they like to take credit for it, but that's just not what happened. They did track him down, and he knew about it, and he liked the attention. But that's not how he got caught. He escaped Canada and went to Paris, and he got sighted in Paris, but they couldn't find him until in Belgium. There was a guy in an internet cafe, and this guy walks in and sits down. The guy's looking at him going, hang on. He looks like the guy of the news. So, but he didn't know for sure, so he went over and like walked past him casually and looked at his monitor, and the guy was fucking Googling himself to see what the press was saying about him.
That's something you do, Jamie.
And then the fucking...
Pardon?
That's something you do.
It is what Jamie would do.
What do you mean? Yeah, after being on the run for 2 years after killing Jack. Beep. In
11.
cold blood.
But yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So the guy rang the police, and this guy only had like 2 minutes left on his timer before he had to leave. But luckily, there was a trainee SWAT van going past, and there was like about 10 trainee SWAT officers in the back of the van with like one normal guy. So they all just stormed into the shop, and the guy was like, "Oh shit!" But yeah. That's what happens when you kill small animals. So that might have been your friend's roommate.
Oh, could have been, but definitely wasn't.
Well, I'm saying it's Germany, Belgium.
Sometimes, maybe, but actually, sort of. But probably not.